4 people in jail tonight after 2 separate drug busts in Utah County. One investigation took weeks to build.
It all comes as federal officials say that 2025 was a record-breaking year for drug enforcement in the state. Liv Kelleher shows us how these 2 most recent busts fit into the broader trends we're seeing across the state.
Well, these were 2 separate investigations, one starting as a traffic stop and the other the result of a longer narcotics investigation. Police say together these 2 have kept thousands of potential doses off of Utah streets. The first arrest happened during a traffic stop in Orem by patrol officers. Deputies say they found 453 grams of methamphetamines and 249 grams of heroin inside a vehicle, an estimated 7,000 individual doses combined. The driver, identified as Jesus Gonzalez Melendez, was booked on felony distribution charges. The sheriff's office says he was deported in December and was again in the country illegally. The second case stemmed from a weeks-long investigation by the Utah County Major Crimes Task Force. Detectives served a search warrant at an Orem home, recovering more than 580 grams of methamphetamines, heroin, fentanyl pills, a handgun, and a forged ID. 3 men were arrested on felony charges. Officials say 2 of them are in the country illegally. Local officials say these 2 cases aren't isolated, but part of a larger flow of drugs moving through Utah. Much of the drug traffic that they're seeing is moving northbound on I-15. Federal partners say task force seized millions here, along with large quantities of meth, heroin, and cocaine. Travis Lyman, commander of Homeland Security Task Force 2, says the increase in seizures doesn't mean the problem is shrinking. He says there are likely more drugs moving through Utah than ever.
We've just developed some expertise to be able to investigate these types of cases and find some success intercepting these drugs before they hit our streets.
Lyman says fentanyl remains a primary concern, especially as it shows up in other street drugs.
A lot of different traditional drugs that people are familiar with are being laced with fentanyl or have elements of fentanyl, traces of fentanyl.
In a written statement, Utah County Commissioner Skylar Beltran called the flow of drugs into Utah County a serious concern, saying the recent seizures highlight both the reality of the threat and the strength of our response. He says the county is continuing to invest in law enforcement while also working with community mental health partners on prevention and treatment. As Lyman mentioned, the majority of drugs in Utah come up through the southern border. I asked him if recent cartel instability in Mexico has impacted supply. He says so far they have not seen a slowdown. Reporting in Orem, Liv Kelleher, KUTV 2 News.